Imagine the tiniest kitten, lost in the vast deep ocean, staring down her greatest fear. A monstrous shark circling closer and closer. Will this small creature of courage survive? Or will she be swallowed by the sea's darkest depths? This story will leave you breathless. Meet Luna. She's not your average kitten. Small, with curious eyes as wide as the moon, Luna's world had always been full of love, safety, and warmth. She'd never even seen the ocean until today, when her family decided to take her on a boat ride. But Luna's perfect day took a sharp turn when, during a playful leap, she slipped, falling off the boat into the open sea. Her family's cries faded as she drifted further and further away. Luna was now completely and utterly alone in the vast, terrifying blue. Little did she know, a deadly creature lurked in the shadows below. The waves grew larger, and the sunlight above her began to fade. Every direction was endless water, stretching out like an infinite prison. Luna's tiny paws struggled to keep her afloat, and with each wave she felt weaker. Just as she began to hope for a miracle, she saw it, a colossal dark shadow moving beneath her. A shark. Its massive body glided through the water with deadly grace, circling closer and closer, inspecting her with cold, calculating eyes. Luna's heart raced as she looked into the gaze of this terrifying predator. But even though she was terrified, Luna knew one thing. She was not going down without a fight. Panicked, Luna paddled as fast as her tiny paws could, diving beneath the surface, searching desperately for any escape. Her eyes caught a glimmer of movement in the shadows, and just as she began to lose hope, a long, slimy tentacle wrapped gently around her. She squeaked in fear, but a gentle voice whispered, "Shh, little one, you're safe with me." It was an octopus, a wise, ancient creature who had seen many dangers in these waters. "You are brave for such a small one," he said with a gentle chuckle, "but bravery alone won't save you." With the octopus's help, Luna learned how to move silently, to blend into the water like she was a part of it. They practiced until she could hide without even a ripple. Then another friend appeared, a wise old sea turtle named Myrtle. She taught Luna to ride the current, using it to glide away from danger with almost no effort at all. The sea can be your friend, Luna, if you know how to move with it. Lastly, a playful pod of dolphins joined her, jumping and twirling around, filling her heart with joy and hope she hadn't felt since she fell from the boat. The dolphins were her protectors, her guides, always keeping a watchful eye on her from afar. For days, Luna practiced these new skills with her friends, but each night fear crept back into her heart as she thought of the shark. She knew that she wasn't out of danger yet, and then it happened. The shark returned. It was bigger, fiercer, and more terrifying than Luna had remembered. The water grew icy around her as the shark's enormous shadow closed in. Luna froze, every instinct screaming at her to flee, but she remembered the lessons her friends had taught her. She took a deep breath, then dove into the shadows, hiding just as the octopus had shown her. The shark circled, searching, its eyes scanning the water, growing angrier with each pass. Luna's heart raced, but she stayed perfectly still. Then, with a sudden jolt, the shark spotted her. Luna's instincts screamed, and she darted away, gliding with the currents like Myrtle had shown her. The shark lunged, but she slipped through the water just out of reach. She leaped and twisted, using everything she had learned, but the shark was relentless, closing in closer and closer. At that moment, her dolphin friends appeared, creating a whirlpool around the shark, confusing it just long enough for Luna to escape its deadly jaws. But the shark broke free, thrashing in anger, and went after her again. Seeing no other option, Luna turned to face it. This was it, the moment she would have to summon every ounce of courage she had. As the shark lunged toward her, Luna looked it straight in the eye and released a mighty hiss, baring her tiny teeth in defiance. The shark paused, surprised by this fierce display from such a small creature. For just a moment, it hesitated, and in that pause, her dolphin friends rushed in, pushing the shark away until it disappeared into the depths. Luna floated in the water, exhausted, heart pounding yet alive. She looked around at her friends, the octopus, the turtle, the dolphins, all beaming with pride at her courage. She knew she'd never have survived without them, and with their help, she had faced her greatest fear. Finally, a small boat appeared on the horizon. It was her family. They had been searching for her this whole time, and now, seeing their little Luna safe, they cried with joy as they pulled her from the water. As she looked back at her friends beneath the waves, Luna's heart swelled with gratitude. She had faced the darkness and conquered her fear, proving that even the smallest creature could be the bravest. Luna's incredible journey shows us all that true courage comes from within, no matter how small you are. If you want more heart-stopping tales of bravery, hit subscribe and join us for more amazing adventures.